What if I told you that France once built an airliner that could have rivaled the Boeing 737 and Airbus A320? The Dassault Mercure had the speed, the capacity, and the technology to compete, but it arrived at the wrong time. Today, we take a look at the airliner that could have been a game changer, but instead became a forgotten relic of aviation history. The Dassault Mercure was a short-haul jetliner developed in the late 1960s by Dassault, better known for its military aircraft. Designed to carry 150 passengers at high speeds, it was technologically advanced for its time, with 2 underwing engines and a spacious cabin. But there was one major problem: its limited range. Unlike the Boeing 737, which could fly between continents, the Mercure was restricted to short-haul flights. Because of these limitations, it meant that many airlines could not find a use for the type, despite its promising speed, payload, and design characteristics. Nevertheless, production of the Mercure went ahead, with its first flight taking place on 28 May 1971 at Bordeaux. However, as a result of its inadequate range, only one airline ever operated the Mercure: Air Inter, the regional carrier of France. The airline took delivery of 10 aircraft between 1973 and 1975 and used them on domestic routes, as well as to nearby neighbors like Germany and the UK. But with no other buyers, production was soon shut down. The Mercure flew in service with Air Inter until 1995, when all of the Mercures were retired. At this time, Air Inter was merging into Air France, which already had a sizable fleet of Airbus A320 and Boeing 737 aircraft. Today, 8 of the Dassault Mercure aircraft survive in one form or another, and you can go visit most of them. Here's a summary. FBTTB, Technik Museum, Speyer, Germany. One of the best preserved Dassault Mercures is FBTTB, which is on display at the Technik Museum in Speyer, Germany. It sits among an impressive collection of historic aircraft, including a Concorde and a Tupolev Tu-144. Visitors can walk around and appreciate this rare piece of aviation history. FBTTD, Musée de l'Air et de l'Espace, Paris-Le Bourget. Another well-preserved Mercure is FBTTD, which is part of the collection at the Paris-Le Bourget Air and Space Museum. It stands as a reminder of France's ambitions in the commercial aviation market, displayed alongside other historic aircraft. FBTTE, Instructional Airframe, Montpellier. FBTTE was saved from scrapping but never made it into a museum. Instead, it has been used as an instructional airframe in Montpellier, helping train the next generation of aviation engineers. FBTTF, preserved at Bordeaux. At Bordeaux, FBTTF has been preserved, though it is not publicly accessible. This airframe remains in storage. FBTTG, preserved in Albert. FBTTG is another example of a Mercure that has been saved from scrapping. It currently resides in Albert, France, though details about its condition are scarce. FBTTH, Instructional Airframe, Marseille. FBTTH has been repurposed as an instructional airframe in Marseille. While it may never fly again, it continues to serve an important role in aviation education. FBTTI, Instructional Airframe, Bordeaux. Another training airframe, FBTTI, is located in Bordeaux. Many of the remaining Mercures found a second life in technical schools rather than museums. FBTTJ, surviving in parts, Netherlands. The final known Mercure, FBTTJ, has had a fragmented fate. Its remains are split between 2 locations in the Netherlands, Barlo and Uden. While it may never be whole again, it still represents a unique chapter in aviation history. The Dassault Mercure was a promising airliner that never reached its full potential. Though its time was short, it remains a fascinating piece of aviation history. Did you ever see or fly on a Mercure? Let us know in the comments below. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more aviation content.